Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty-Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a while since I've done an edited review, but it seems necessary for this particular season, at least to wrap it up. Actually, with the preview for next week, I might have to do a live for that Lollapalooza we're about to get. But for this episode, you got just a few minutes with me. Let's go ahead and cue my theme music. Listen. Yeah! Yes, God! Get that out of there. Thanks again for tuning in. It's your boy Matty. Let's go ahead and get my social medias out the way and get right into this episode. If you want to find me in my other social media spaces and places, it's at MattyRants everywhere except for X, formerly known as Twitter. Still wish it was Twitter. At the Matty-Rants. There's a Linktree link where you can find that all in the About section. I also do reactions on Patreon, so you can check me out over on Patreon for as low as $1 a month. I just posted this episode, as well as Dragla's most recent episode, the Drag Race Philippines finale, Drag Race UK Season 6, Episode 3, and House of Villains. So there is a lot that I'm posting right now, and we'll actually be starting Drag Race Thailand reactions very soon too. Plus traders. Whenever anything comes out, I'm probably going to be there. So check that over on Patreon for as low as $1 a month. I also have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. Check out my merch store and buy some merch to support the channel. And I do have a cameo as well in case you want to send me a special cameo request for your birthday, something special, anything like that. Go ahead and send me that cameo request. I'm also an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus that is currently running Global All-Stars. So if you want to get a free week of Paramount Plus on me, check out that link also in the About section too. There's no disclaimer today because this isn't a live chat and I'm not having to monitor or say have a moderator moderate. But just as a reminder, this show is for entertainment purposes only. It's not meant to malign or be malicious towards anybody here. I'm just expressing my opinions and that's just that. Everyone else does it. We'll be okay. We'll be all right. You, me too, but you will be all right. And if you want to throw me a little bit of love, because it does go a long, long way, in my tippy jar, as a reminder, they say that I'm broke, and I will not disagree. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, and Venmo Matty-Rants. That's if you want to, not necessary for you to be a part of my Rant Pack community. Subscribing is necessary. Also leaving comments in the comment section too. That is a part of the makeup of it. But if you want to drop me a little bit of love, thank you. PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo are available. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this edited review today. I'm so used to doing this live that I almost want to use my normal internal script. But we're going to do this a little bit differently. I'm running through this mamma jamma. All right? We're going to talk about the episode, key points that are available, my final thoughts going into the final four, and what I hope will happen next week. Let's go. Global All-Stars, everyone's favorite show right now, top rated on IMDb, nothing but love, nothing but love, nothing but the nicest of the nicest of the niceties of the niceness, nice. Everybody loves this season. It's so apparent. After Vanity Vane's elimination, the queens are, of course, going through and talking about Vanity, but also Queen and Nelania have a moment here. Queen apologizes to Nelania about her words the other day and that it really wasn't the right time. Even in the confessional, had a moment of clarity in reference to that situation. Nelania receives her apology. The internet did not. And they honestly had a great episode this week. I don't think anybody out there on the internet cares about that, but yeah. Now, this episode in general was not on the shady scale. It was actually a pretty sweet treat, to be real with you. There really wasn't anything that was the most, to be honest. And if it was, I kind of forgot about it because I was too focused on, can we get to the finish line here? RuPaul steps into the workroom here to, of course, provide some information about a Maxi challenge coming very soon to them. They're making tourist ads for their countries along with postcards and another sponsor by Canvas. We find out how to use Canvas, apparently. But yes, they must make an advertisement about their countries and give something a little razzle-dazzly in order for someone to want to visit, and then a postcard that's really cute to top it all off, with the runway category being Queens in Space. like Pigs in Space. Shout out to the Muppets. But this is about Star Trek. It's like the last season, I think, of Discovery. And since this is a Paramount Plus production, it makes sense that that would be done. We've already heard it before here. So shout out to Star Trek Discovery, but shout out to Paramount Plus. Again, I appreciate being a part of your affiliate program. Y'all know me. This is the part where I'm like, We're talking about what we're going to create and coming up with ideas, whether they're good or bad. Every that's fine, whatever. We find out wherever they're going to go. You know, mind you, Tessa's not going to do Germany because it's not from Germany, it's from Switzerland. Okay, she don't know that much about Germany, but she was on Drag Race Germany. Yeah. I want to do this. I'm having trouble with that. I want to tell this. It's going to be funny. And all that jazz. There was a lot of this happening. We were sitting down having conversations about our current stories, who we are as people. Do we want babies? You know, how is it in your countries with queer life and you being in drag? I will say, you know, this was honestly Nelania's time to shine. And this is the most they've given her in terms of that kind of storyline, if you will. Like, where are you from? How is it where you're at? What is the culture like? She described Italy as not being too gay friendly. And when she was out in the UK, seeing people dress a certain way and no one was saying anything about it. She's like, I'm not used to this. And it's, you know, somewhat of a good feeling, but a bad feeling because you want the same for your country, but you're also still proud of where you come from. Michelle Visage is directing another acting episode. I repeat, Michelle Visage is directing another acting episode, which means someone's going to be told to do something and then it's not going to be applied actually at all. And then they're going to grade them on it, or they're going to give them or they're going to tell them what to do. And they're going to do exactly that. And they'll be praised for it. You could say I'm bullshitting here, but I'm telling the truth. This is how I see it every time. I really do. My point, Queen was told to correct some things. I like the clap better. We didn't hear that in the final edit though. Like, what was the point of you having that correction then? To speed run through this, Kitty did just fine. She honestly had hers go very quickly. Didn't seem to have that many problems at all. You know, Alyssa, my God, this is the student in school who needs the teacher to explain why they gave them the grade that they got for every single piece of homework that they turn in and not just major tests. Better yet, when they were in class answering questions after class, needs to stop. When I asked you that question, Professor Rants, did you feel it was not in conjunction to what the subject was? Like, you have to think about it. Alyssa has done these ads before, done an advertising challenge where she has to basically be herself. I almost thought she was about to do the go-go juice again, low key. You know what I mean? And there have been times where it hasn't been good for Alyssa. Other times it's been great for her, you know? It's the Alyssa factor of it all. So I did understand, but I was thinking to myself, I mean, you're just being yourself. I don't see where they're going to correct you for anything. They haven't done it so far. Now, Nelania is smart. As much as y'all are offended for her, she said, bitch, let me tell you something. You want to do stereotypes? I got you, Rue. I got you, bald head. I got you, head. I got you. I got a mustache. I'm a Mario. It sounded a lot better than Chris Pratt's interpretation of, well, we're just not going to do this with the character since you are clearly not Italian and we just need someone with a big name to be a part of a flipping movie here. I still like the movie. I still cringe at that decision. Either way, Nelania knows what they're doing. I found this to be very smart to do, but also it was several takes for one word, but it's art. And she was happy. The little heart was coming in there. And Michelle's like, no, I want to hear it one way. And it was several takes of that, but it was cute and it was endearing and it wasn't annoying. And so I enjoyed Nelania's run through. I was good with it. Back to Miss Testicles here. Scrotum sack, if you will. I knew she was in trouble. I also was like, I'm happy to see the cow suit again. Kind of wish we got to see it in the lip sync instead. Or better yet, we didn't see it for that lip sync at all. And we got it for the first time here. Love how we wait for that critique to be given on the main stage. Don't know if it was said when she was there. Don't remember Michelle making that critique, but it's like, oh, well, we've already had this done. I'm like, you could have told her there that when she was there, we would have changed the outfit up. No, we couldn't have. They already had their scripts together. Tessa, I think this is funny and it's cute, but I also knew they're looking for something different. It's either going to be a home run or it's going to be a foul ball. It's a baseball reference. Now, if we take this picture out of context, she's either passing something really hard and rough It's not a good ride. Possibly the pig sweats are happening here. There is some sort of commode underneath her. Maybe she's also sitting between two people who also have wide shoulders. I don't know. I was concerned for my friend yesterday. I said, "Oh, my sister Queen is in trouble," because it seemed like it was a lot at first. Actually, no. Let's be honest. I didn't know we had a lot of pages until Michelle made that the issue. And then what happened was we got a montage of her going through several like pages. And to me, that was an indicator that the way that this was set up with how it was done for the ad was there was blocks where things needed to go. And a lot of the physical comedy was happening in between these moments of Queen riding on the kangaroo. So it's like Michelle has to go through all of that to then get back to this scene so they can just wrap this up, because they want to do it in one shot, but then to get to the other scenes that are gonna have to all be put together. You know the drill. So I get that being like, okay, this is gonna be a lot. Great final product for it all to come together. The following day is elimination day. They had more conversations. I don't need to go through it. I thought there was a lovely moment of them talking about wanting kids. Lord knows I'm considering it a little bit later. I'm almost to the big 4-0, but I'm considering it more now as I get older. I'm trying to get better with our responsibilities that are cointadas. We have a child now. But I love that. And I also like seeing Tessa get emotional about a friend of theirs who has a child who, is a boy but plays with dolls, and their parent isn't being harsh or mean. They're just letting them be a kid, And so I thought that was a beautiful moment. I'm just glad that we got that. Getting into these looks, Michelle Visage looks like she's in a different department store, that she's on a different show. It do look like, why am I here? Who are these folks? Why are they next to me? RuPaul. I'm on the fence because I want to giggle, because I'm like, oh, she just won her wrestling match. Work. But then I'm also like, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of a vibe. It's kind of a bop. But I'm also like, I hate that one leg. I hate it so much. But that's just me. It's my aesthetic. It's not for me. I'm gonna stay on the fence with her. I don't know where to go. The wig's leading, honey. She said fascio. She's got I don't know, a fucking title match belt on, a shoulder pad. I love her. Gotta love her. Jamal Sims was fine. Oh, go ahead, Jamal. T.S. Madison is one of my favorite people in the universe, and I have been missing her presence. And that moment with Alyssa and her, can I talk to you, Alyssa girl? Just me and you. All of that, hilarious. Love her on the panel. Jamal, no shade, because, just want to rub the top of your head. But, I think Tia's could have had your position for the entirety of the season, and it would have been a little bit more interesting. I think you're still a good judge, and you give good commentary. It's nice. But, yeah. I wanted to see my sister up there. Baby, she was muggy wuggy. It was the mug was walking. Go on, friend. But yes, let's go ahead and get to the runway. Queens from Outer Space. Excuse me, Star Trek. Queens from Outer Space. Kitty Scott Claus is first. It's a different silhouette, Kit Kat. It's a different silhouette, Kit Kat bar. It is. It's a long gown. It's not just to the knee or a little above it or way too short for those gams. Not now, though, because the gams got together. But, I thought this was nice on Kitty. Initially, when I saw it in my reaction, I was like, But then the more I looked at it, I said, you know what? I'm kind of vibing with this. It's a different color. It's not pink. Found it to be right. Go ahead, kittens. Yes, wide jaw. You got that. Go ahead. I thought it was nice. Queen Kong is next. She looks good, mug-wise, hair-wise, the accoutrements that are happening on top here. All of this is giving what I needed to give. Waist up, and I love my sister down. When she said a warrior goddess, I said, not in that pump. And I love you, friend. Not in that pump. I don't know whose ass you're kicking. Someone at the store, possibly at the office space, third floor, insurance. I don't know, but to me, if I had my way with this outfit, because right now upstairs is doing what it needs to do, but I would have, let's say if we had the budget, let's say we had the time, let's say we had the flight that's not going to get canceled, and of course my bag that's not going to be lost. Some sort of like glove moment that gives a little bionic tease or some sort of to go with this headpiece and hair bit, almost like a Gundam-esque arm or very, very gauntlet style with the nails still being long. And then I would have done a boot that's up past the knee in the same fashion if I'm going to keep the skirt. If I'm going to do a high slit moment and we're just making it do what it do, and I'm going to get that there. I think the idea behind this is fabulous. I think what's happening waist up is sickle knee. It is downstairs where I go, I can't ride with that, sis. And you know, I love you. I can't ride with it. It's still nice though, and I still think you look good. However, I would have changed a few things if I had the time, the money, the budget, and the access. Tessa, you look fucking good. Hate that I swore like that. I had to swear at you, bitch. It's like, you look damn good, bitch. Mug, wig, the outfit concept-wise, loved it. Dow. However, this is my one critique. You couldn't walk for shit. And I know you couldn't walk because you were so nervous about bending the stars on your knees. Because once you realize as you were walking, they're rubbing against each other and it's going to take away the effect of said stars. That bejeweled, Buddered. I think buttered. Because she was a cow. Buttered me. It did. It buttered me a little bit. I was like, However, I think she looks gorgina. Gorgeous. Standing still, you're chewing, you're eating, you are swallowing your food. You are now removing said food via Activia. No, Activia. Say the right name. I don't want them eyebrows to touch yours, bitch. Go ahead, Tessa. You tested it. I got Art Deco, lightly Metropolis movie tease, not the new one that's really bad, but the old one. I almost got sort of like, I'm trying to think of it, a showgirl moment too, a little bit, not Vegas style, but more so like old New York a little bit. I don't know. I like this from Alyssa. I'm going to have to say though, as much as I come for Kitty and her short skirt claws tease, I do wish there was something else going on downstairs. A little bit. I do wish there was something else happening that made this a little bit more grandiose, but I still think this is fabulous. I think it's really beautifully done. Whoever created this look, I know she didn't make it. You did a damn good job. Wonderful, beautiful look. I just wish there was a little bit extra going on. I almost want it to feel more of a grand opera-esque. Opera? Just say opera, Matt. We can just move with that. You know what I mean? A little Saphira in there. Oh, I said it. A little Saphira, a little operatic, little gown, something more moment or something sheer. I don't know, maybe for me personally, but I still think Alyssa looks really, really good. So I was here for this. This is not my favorite look of hers this season. The titties are social distancing low key. It's as if they grew apart from each other. It's possible that they are, heading in different directions. Basically, I can see them on Botch next season. Hate how they are pointing. I hate the fork in the road with the breasts. That's one of my biggest critiques. I do like the fact that it reminds me a little bit if Rainbow Bright went in the wrong direction. And this is what she ended up being, working on the streets, trying to do what it got to do. Possibly if Trey doesn't pay her for the session, those spikes come out and then kills the bastard, and then she can move on with her business. Deposit. I don't know. It's not my favorite. It is on theme, and I can receive that. And she's a cutie. Not my favorite. Not from her. She has chewed this season. This is not my favorite from her, but I thought she did a good job as far as presenting it on the runway. Just not for me. Getting into the ads and going through these quickly, I thought Kitty's was good. It was very, it actually gave a fun sort of, this is Kitty's view of Britain. I thought it did the job that needed to be done, to be honest with you. Her postcard was okay. It was kind of base. I was like, oh, okay. Queen. You seemed very excited, sis. almost to the point of yelling at times where I was like, okay. And some of the jokes weren't coming across. It was about Hannah and Spanky thing. I'm like, I mean, but that's, hello. That's the trio. But at the same time, I guess I can get that too. It also kind of related. And I think the critique and why I found it somewhat valid. I was kind of like wanting to be protective of my friend, but I was also thinking to myself, well, technically, Matt, they did do this already via Down Under season 2 with legit Hannah having the Black Swan moment and like riding the swan. Then, of course, Spanky was on the sheep. Fuck yeah. And then, so I get that. It's like this wasn't really Queen's take totally about Australia. It was more so like a little bit of it and then also bringing her friends along into the storyline to help, which I still thought this was funny. I just thought, ooh, this may not be what they were asking for in terms of the advertising challenge. It's very, did you see Drag Race season 2? Maybe did you also possibly see UK versus the World season 2? Okay, well then you might get this. You might get it. Moo, 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 moo. That's what this was. Make 'em go moo. Just didn't have a good beat. Moo. I gotta listen to that song. Oh, I love it. That song was stupid, but it was great. Listen, Tessa tried. She wanted to be funny. It gave to me very Kermit the Frog here, under Tessa's testicles, teabagging near. Very that. But it wasn't, yeah, I didn't like it. I love how RuPaul was like, that was so funny. And then proceeds to be like, well, here's the is. You could have just done Germany. Fine to do Switzerland. I just wish she did it differently. Personally. And it wasn't like, this is the joke I'm saying. That to me was what took me out of Tessa's advertisement ad. Alyssa's, honey, I'll be real. We could put Alyssa's ads together. The Go-Go Juice plays right before this, or better yet, this plays before the Go-Go Juice ad. Not gonna lie. She said from coast to coast, it went from New York to Texas. I said, that's the Gulf Coast, Mary. I said, first, I was like, why? I get she's from Mesquite, so it makes sense. But I'm like, bitch, you could have said from New York to LA and then found yourself in the South. I personally would have done North, South, East, and West. Like, if we're going to do like the United States, you have to do how it is in the North, try to get an accent over there, South, East, West, and then boom, America. I did like the politics bit. I was like, and her postcard was super silly, but it was very Alyssa. Like everything about it was, you can hear the words coming out of my, I said. I like Alyssa, but she is feminine foghorn leghorn. Foghorn tongue pop. Nalania, you had me at the pineapples on pizza, anger, and energy. I feel the same way. I hate it. I hate it so much. It makes not a lick of sense to me. I've tasted it before. I've also had to eat a pineapple pizza, but I had one that was ham and pineapple because I can't have ham. But it's too sweet and acidic for me, you guys. I'm sorry. Like, if that's your jam, let it be. Put it on bread. Toast that motherfucker. Like, chew, bitch. I don't want nothing to do with that. But no, Lane's commercial was actually good. There were parts that were a little, but other than that, I thought I got the job done. I like her postcard. I thought that everybody did a pretty decent job, with Queen, to be very frank, being the clear bottom, as well as Tessa Testicle. Queen does have a moment after phasing back into, Star Trek, of sort of like a dent in the armor of having like a really good season. This happened to Kitty last episode, of feeling invincible and being humbled in a moment and sort of having this, oh no, like it is anybody's game. And I am in a position where I could possibly go home, and this hard work I've done and have been rewarded for it could all go down the drain, because it does happen. People have won challenges before and still go home. It is possible. So I know that made some people happy for the wrong reasons, but also maybe even for the right reasons, because there are times where it's like, okay, it's a clear run for these girls. None of them are falling. And it's nice to see a fluctuation in the ride. It's nice to see a little variables in the tease. It's not a full, nobody likes a superhero that doesn't have a weakness. I hate that. Like, okay, so you can't be hurt. You can just basically win anything. I don't like that. I need some vulnerability. That's why I like the X-Men. Everybody's got a weakness in some sort of way, and they're also flawed individuals and emotionally going through it half the time. I'm here for that kind of shit. It's nice to see, but also I'm sad to see my friend in this position. But I'm also like, I know she's gonna turn her. She have to lip sync, so it is what it is. Remember that first episode? Oh, we have to lip sync for your live. All right, Tessa though. This was special. And I could learn something from you, Tessa, at your young age. I can say that because I'm 10 years plus older than you. The happiness that you felt in understanding and knowing that you are more than likely going home today, but knowing you have done better than your original season. You also mentioned, bitch, I just wrapped up my last season a couple of months ago and came right here. You know what I mean? Like I'm already on the next stage. And I had RuPaul judge me, and I did very good for what it's worth. Got a win in there too. Wasn't straight lip syncing every fucking episode. That gratitude that I received it, Tessa. I thank you personally for this moment because I was like, okay, I like hearing this. And to me, being more positive about things in your life, even when the stuff that is going bad is happening, can honestly pull you through some of those rough days, even when it seems like you just are not able to swim. Alyssa Edwards is the winner of this week's challenge. Congratulations to Alyssa. In my spirit, I said, oh, they're not going to let her go into this finale, which is one win. Not against Kitty and Queen. Oh, no, bitch. Oh, no. No. Y'all made sure to even that up. I'm not shading it at all, you guys. I'm not shading this at all. But I did think to myself, oh yeah, y'all weren't gonna let that little baby go up in there. Well, 1W saved the entire season. That wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen. Kitty with her multiple wins, but one lip sync. Queen with her multiple wins and one lip sync. Melania is the only person with Alyssa who is now going into the finale not ever having to have not ever having to lip sync for their life. So I need to see these numbers because Nella's got 1W, okay, but there weren't really any bottom placements for her. So there's that. And then Kitty, I'm not sure if she was ever in the bottom, but I know she had the wins and then she had the lip sync this last week. Queen, I think that's almost the same thing I could say about her is that she was consistently in the top or winning, and then now we're getting a bottom spot. So it does feel a little interesting going into the finale here. It does now that we have this. But Alyssa wins. Kitty and Melania were both deemed safe. All three are guaranteed for the finale of Global All-Stars. We now have Queen Kong versus Tessa Testicle. The song is Don't Leave Me This Way by Thelma Houston. I didn't like this lip sync. Did not like this lip sync. Okay, so I thought they both were doing okay. In a nice job. I'm used to seeing this song done completely different, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm used to seeing this with not just a coverall and then a reveal into some like bondage-esque ass outfit. And that's nothing against Tessa, and this is nothing against Queen either. Again, love my friend. Love Tessa. Love him down. But like, I was like, girl, what the fuck is this? And then I love Queen, but I'm also going and looking at some of her movements, and I'm like, bitch, why are y'all doing stunt work? Like, it's disco, and yes, there is going to be a cause for at least one maybe in the number, but it was multiple splits, and it was a couple of other things. I was just like, what is happening? Girl, give this some grace. I said, my sister is putting her legs up here, but then I also was gagged because in the same moment this is happening, Tessa gets in front of her and starts shaking her titty bib and then plops down. And I'm thinking, bitch, you could have sat on her head, ho. Like, what the fuck is going on this Good Sunday? And I don't want to hear no one saying she had every right to do that because you just don't like Queen, because I've heard y'all complain and scream and go nuts over anybody blocking anybody on the show. I thought what Tessa did was weird, but I'm also thinking she wants to win and you're doing what you got to do. So I'm not going to hold it against her, but bitch, you should have thought about that before just sitting your ass on the ground like that. Like, you shook your titties and just sat. I mean, you didn't fall like Kitty, like, trying to, just take yourself out of the equation, but it definitely gave me your tailbone was on fire. Let that mother burn. I caught that, Queen, when you got up, sister. There's even a point where you see Tessa getting in front of you again, you just back up because it was just like, we don't have to do all that, right? Either way, it was all right. It's not my favorite lip sync of the season. I'm not going to, I know I started this off with, I didn't like it. I really didn't care for it, but it wasn't the worst thing ever. For me, it's Thelma Houston. Don't Leave Me This Way. It's disco. I wanted a little bit more of a grandiose performance. Okay. But I thought they were fighting for their lives, and that's what we got. I knew Queen wasn't going to go anywhere, not with that track record. Plus, I want my sister to compete and win, no matter how you feel about her. I want her to do well, and if she wins the season, I will be happy. Glad she's in the Final Four. I'm sad Tessa's gone. I like Tessa. Tessa was good TV. This exit was hilarious. Please don't compare this to Jimbo, because Jimbo's was a little bit more of like the actor scale of down on my knees. Why? Where Tessa just flat out hit that floor. Where? Just full on temper tantrum. Child can't get his toy. Full on bit crawling off the stage. It left Alyssa speechless. Will she be in the House of Edwards afterwards? I don't know. But next week, bitch. Okay. Y'all have brought me into wanting to do a live review again. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do this upcoming week for those of you who watch this. I'll probably do the finale edited, but like, I'm sorry, we did a lip sync what? And you brought back the Eliminated Queens again? What? And there's $50,000 that also gets converted to whatever their currency is. What? I'm interested. I'm interested. That's going to wrap up my thoughts about this week's episode. Kind of saw this going down the way that it was going to go down. I did. I saw this happening. I was like, the storyline is giving me underdog tease for Melania. Everybody's out to get her. Y'all chewing that up. And so put her in the finale for sure. Tessa also was giving like underdog too, but a little bit more silly willy. Not too much in the conflict. Not in the woods, if you will. Chill out, calm down. And then, of course, you have the Ru girls like Kitty, Alyssa, and Queen coming in to sort of reclaim their time from their seasons and try to win on a global scale. All right, y'all, that's it for the review. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of this conversation with me today about RuPaul's Drag Race Global All-Stars Episode 10. There's no place like home. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment in the comment section about this episode and your highs and your lows and what you hope to see for the Lip Sync Lollapalooza as well as for the finale. And if you want to drop me a tippy poo in my jar for doing an awesome video today, maybe, I don't know, the tippy jar is down here. It's scrolling down below. PayPal.me for /MattyRants, Cash App $Rants, and then MattyRants. I will see you tomorrow for the House of Villains review. I thought I was going to get it done today, but it's actually like late in the afternoon. It's kind of late right now, and I got to get this posted for Sunday evening. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.
Listen.
Yeah.